There we go. We're back. Live. Because I don't care that I'm too old to say that. Shut up. I'm only 28. That's not too old to say Lizav, Nizow. What? Anyway,
Flippity dippity.
that is the coolest. That is. Anyway, we are here to count to 6 backwards because we're mind ninjas. We just ninja'd your mind because we're gonna count backwards from 6. Yeah, and can you stop doing that, please?
Is that a
My my
dog?
my sister's puppy decides that what time is it? Like 9:30 is a great time to play. Oh God.
I,
But anyway,
I was confused because I know I don't have a dog, and I was like, "Is there like a dog in here?" So
yeah, yeah. Anyway, so we are doing as it says. I didn't know how to really do a title on this because I was like wrestling our top 6 wrestling personalities that we hate, people in wrestling that we hate, just in general. I don't know because it's not all wrestlers. At least mine isn't all wrestlers. Some of them are writers and bookers, and I hate them so much. But anyway, we're gonna start off with honorable mentions. I only have one because I couldn't decide if I hated him enough to put him on my list. So he just made an honorable mention spot, and he is the Miz. Oh my! Oh. Do you have any honorable mentions? I hate this man so much, but he's not. I don't hate him enough to. Do you have an honorable mention at all?
okay. I was about to switch back to my Word document because I remembered that I usually put my stuff on my Word documents, but I don't. I have it on my phone today. I'm moving up in the technology world, guys. I have 3 honorable mentions actually, and thanks to that list by Word Culture about the top 50 superstars or whatever of the ruthless aggression era, because that one basically narrowed my list down. Um, the first honorable mention is Kane, but this is Kane when he took the mask off, because you gotta think of the times. For me, you gotta think of the times. I was a young kid when Kane took his mask off. I was really scared. I really hated Kane. I had nightmares about Kane. I still have. I mean, I hated Kane. But overall, like in hindsight, I love Kane. I do. I love those times with Kane when he first took that mask off and he had all the burnt whatever on his face. I was like, oh my god! My mom almost took WWE away from me that day after he took that mask off. My other honorable mention is Edge, because I hated him as the rated R superstar. In hindsight,
Okay.
now,
Okay.
now as my, like, all grown up now, fine, I'm cool with him. But he was the greatest heel ever as the like one of the greatest heels ever as the great R Hoop superstar. He was so good at it, and watching him and Lita kiss was just, oh my god, stop. I don't know, like, I hated Edge as the great R superstar. And then my last honorable mention, I think your cam went off, by the way, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, it's back.
Back
It's
on.
back now.
I got it.
So, my last honorable mention, Matt Hardy. Not now. I love Brooke and Matt Hardy. I love this TNA run, but I hated Matt Hardy as a singles guy in WWE. I hated him. Oh my! Like, I liked version 1. Like, it was okay, but like, I always felt like Matt Hardy, and it'll probably get to another person on my list with a similar situation. I always felt like Matt Hardy was always in the shadow of Jeff Hardy, so I couldn't like him. There was some reason, for some reason, I just couldn't like him. He was always in the shadow of Jeff, so I couldn't like him. But there's my 3 honorable mentions: Kane, Matt Hardy, and Edge.
All right. So my number 6, the one that I hate the least on this list, and I'm sure some people will agree with me. and some people will be like, he's awesome. Okay, no one, I don't think anyone thinks he's awesome, but and I'm older, so I get it. Some of you young kids might not know who this is. You might got to look in the archives of the TNAs and the WWEs and the WCWs. We got no, it's not. He's on the list, but no, he didn't make the list. He did not make the list.
What? I'm surprised.
Did not make the list. It was close. Somebody else beat him out in this list, and I'm sure you know who that is. But anyway, my number 6 is Scott Steiner. For some reason, I just always hated Scott Steiner. Hated the man. Just hated him so much. I don't know what it was. Just angry. Hated him. And my grandma hated him too. So we had that I don't know why. I didn't like him. I like his like older stuff in like WWE, like early WWF, whatever. But for some reason when he went to WCW and the bleached hair and I hated him so much. What's your number 6? Hated him. Sorry.
My number 6. All right, I have a tie between two because I looked at my list and
all your list is Michael Tarver. I know it.
Yes, that is true. I looked at my list and I realized I only had 5 people on my list. So I had 3 honorable mentions, but I could have put one in there. But I just realized it when I looked down after I did my honorable mentions. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm gonna keep this a tie. Either you pick your poison. I like giving the fans a choice. You pick your poison. Jim Cornette or Vince McMahon. Now I know you're thinking about Vince McMahon like he's giving us what wrestling is today. But still, with Vince McMahon, we feel like he's lost touch. But as a villain, he was one of the most hated villains ever. When you think about it. So as a character, he was exactly that. As a character, he was just ruthless and then Jim Cornette, just for his I liked him in TNA, but as he's gotten older, he just complains about everything. Stop it, please. He just complains about everything. Everything that's not like it was in the 80s, he practically complains about. It feels like anything that's different, he doesn't like. So Jim Cornette or Vince McMahon, take your pick.
All right. My number 5. I don't know why people like her. I don't. She's horrible. She's trash. She's real bad. She's Nikki Bella. She's so bad. She's just god awful. She is. There's don't worry. I know what you're thinking. There's more in the list as we go, but some people love Nikki for some reason. I don't get it. She's horrible. She is trash. Look at the women we have now that can actually wrestle, and then they still compare like them to Nikki, and they're like, Nikki's not that. She's trash. Horrible. Bree's not that bad. Bree.
Oh my god. They're like I can't help but respond. I didn't want to respond, but I can't help but respond. She's the best one out of the Divas era. you can say she can't be compared to now, but give me one better in the Divas era. Okay, maybe AJ Lee, but still.
The Divas era had a bunch of people in it. The very beginning of the Divas era still had Lita. better. AJ Lee, better.
Anyway, I'm just gonna move on. I'm just gonna move on. Number 5 is the reincarnated, probably anything that WWE does. The reincarnated NWO. Because we're talking about personalities. I could say the reincarnated ECW. I could. And the amazing thing is because I was young, really young, when the Monday Night Wars was happening, so I don't really remember the NWO. Like I see it now and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Word, bro. But like I don't remember it like really clearly. Plus, I think my family watched a lot of WWE and not WCW from what I remember. But the reincarnated NWO was basically my first experience with the NWO, which is fine. Because at first I liked it.
Okay.
At first I did.
That is not okay.
At first I liked it. At first, oh god, but it just wasn't. Number one, the main reason why I hated them, and this is as wrestling personalities and from a heel standpoint, is that they were they were basically taking out the top 2 guys in the company, Austin and The Rock at the time. And that is the major key. Shout out to DJ Khaled. The major key to getting heel heat and the best of heel heat. Taking out the top guy, the most popular guys in the company. So yeah, that was one of the main reasons I put him on here, because I just didn't like it. I didn't like that they did that. But the Icon versus Icon match, that obviously made it for a good moment. But other than that, the new world order of wrestling, brother.
See, from somebody who remembers NWO and was old enough, because I'm old, to go through the whole NWO, the reincarnation, if that was your first introduction to the NWO, is horrible. Just horrible. It was, and it wasn't the NWO's fault in general. It was WWE, because WWE saw, or Vince saw, NWO as a WCW thing, and anything that is any way related to WCW still has to be destroyed. So, yeah. Good job, Vince. But anyway, number 4. We've heard this name in the countdown already. Jim Cornette. I hate this man. He basically, like DJ said, anything that's new, anything that fans are really getting behind, he hates. And he not only just hates it, like it's fine to hate something. It's fine not to like something, but he just talks it down and insults it and just destroys it on his podcast or whatever. And it's, dude, really? Like, just because it's not a singles one-on-one match, in 1985, doesn't mean it's not good.
Oh, yeah, Jimmy boy. If you've ever seen our intro, which we play on the regular, not necessarily this week, but usually we play it regularly, you'll see that we don't like Jim Cornette, or at least Casey. You wouldn't know me, but at least Casey.
Yeah, pretty obvious with me in the intro. Yeah.
But my number 4, Eric Bischoff. As a heel personality, especially when he first came to WWE, I hated him. He was basically kind of rivaling. That's not a word. Rivaling.
Yeah.
Rivaling. That was terrible. Rivaling. Still doesn't sound right. Anyway, with Austin. He was in that thing with Austin, especially with the co-GM thing, and seeing him just get embarrassed as many times as possible was the greatest thing ever. But I hated him. Now, once again, a lot of these guys, for the most part, in hindsight, I like them more now. I love Bischoff now. I watched his documentary recently, like last week. I think is one of those great wrestling minds that always that always it's funny. He's a great wrestling mind that always gets too much blame than he does credit. And a lot of wrestling minds now that like messed up in one realm or another, that's that you see more of the blame than you do the credit. So Eric Bischoff, number 4. I was
See,
getting to the good part now.
that's the thing. That's the difference between me and DJ's top 6. Him, it's all in hindsight. He likes them. I don't like any of these. Hindsight, future sight, any sight. Hate them. Anyway, which brings me to my number 3. We're in the top 3. These are the top 3 people that if I never saw them again, it would be too soon. Michael. It's not Tarver.
Yes.
It's not Tarver.
Yes.
It's Michael Cole. I'm sure everyone.
Am I weird for not hating Michael Cole as much as the entire rest of the world does?
What?
Like, am I weird for not hating Michael Cole as much as the rest of the world does?
A little bit, yeah.
I feel like I am.
Hate him so. I hate him so much that even Josh Matthews is annoying me now because he talks and acts like Michael Cole. Oh. What's your number 3?
All right. My number 3, to be expected, because I will never forget that time, and this isn't even the reason, that time he rolled me up on WWE 14, was it 2K14? WWE 2K14 in Universe Mode and took my title, Chavo freaking Guerrero. I don't like you. I would say in hindsight, I still don't like. I kind of like him. I don't like him. Like I'll literally tell you this right now. I almost didn't watch Lucha Underground because Chavo Guerrero was on it. The first episode I saw, the first match I saw was Chavo Guerrero wrestling whoever the heck he was wrestling. The important part is Chavo Guerrero was on it. And I didn't like the match. I didn't. I didn't like the match. Chavo was in it. I was mad. I thought it was a botch fest. I hated it. And I said, I'm never watching this. I didn't say I never watched this again. I just was like, no. I don't like. I've never liked Chavo. I feel like it's because he was always booked so similarly to Eddie, but he was always in the shadow of Eddie because Eddie is freaking Eddie. like it's tough because I think he was put in a difficult situation just by blood, but he was always like, and then especially when Eddie died, it felt like they were trying to like make him into Eddie, which I hated too, instead of making him his own man. So Chavo Guerrero, I don't like you.
So basically, if you're in the shadow of anybody, DJ hates you. If you're in the shadow,
like if there was somebody standing behind you and they happen to be in your shadow, they got my hate.
Like, I mean, if you in the shadow of your older brother, he hates you. If you in the shadow of somebody that you work with who's always employee of the month and you're just in their shadow, he hates you. If you,
I don't like number 2. I don't like number 2. So I would be a number 1.
All right. Anyway, moving on.
Number 1 announcer, Funaki will tell you.
Moving on to number 2. This is similar to DJ's number 6, I think, or 5 or whatever. You can pick your poison on this one. You can decide, pick whichever one you want. Eva Marie and Raquel. You know what? Let's add Dana Brooke in there. Let's just add Dana Brooke. You have 3 choices. What's your number two? There's no explanation, but I
It
just,
has no words. That's how much he hates him. He can't even explain why he hates him. He hates him so much. Oh, my number two. And to this day, I still hate this man. Triple freaking H. Ah, I hate it so much. Um, and it always comes back to the fact that Triple H always found a way to win. He always kept the people I wanted to be successful unsuccessful. And he had a reign of terror that I don't even remember. I probably remember it, but I don't remember how long it was. Come on, man. Triple H, man. I don't. I just don't understand, man. I don't know why I hate Triple H so much. It's honestly it's probably because he always won. Like always. I was a big Randy Orton fan, and even when he faced Randy Orton, except for like the first time, it always seemed like he won. It always seemed like Triple H beat Brock Lesnar. Like when was that? 2014 or something when Brock Lesnar was trying to come back and be like the big beast, and they freaking booked him to the moon, and then Triple H was like, nope. Um, Triple H to me Triple H, when I see Triple H, I see what you guys see in John Cena. That's what Triple H is to me. I don't like him. Get him off my TV. Unless he's doing NXT. I'll give him that. But other than that, get him off my TV. I don't.
all right. Well, we're finally at the number one spot. The just the hate him so much. Hate him. I'm actually. I think I know. I think I know who DJ's number one is. Think I do. But I don't. We'll see. My number one though. Freaking. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah yeah yeah. Yeah yeah yeah. Freaking t-shirts and you never give up. You can't see me. You can't see me. Hate that man. John freaking Cena.
I'm crying right now. I can't even. Oh, let me get serious for a moment. And no, it's not Lance Storm.
Can't hate Lance.
my my number one person I can't stand. I want he still wrestles to this day, and I won't give him a chance. Michael freaking Tarver. Oh, I hate you so much, and it's all because you quit in NXT. It's all because you quit in NXT. I don't like you. Um, but if he did approach me and was like, I'll let you use one of my songs for your intro, I might do that. Other than that, that's about it, Michael Tarver. You're trash. You're not good. I don't like it. I wish I could get you on the show so I could talk junk to you face to camera, because I don't like you. I really don't. I even tried to get you on the show because I really don't like you. I still don't like you. I don't even know when you left WWE because I don't care. I was glad when you left. I clapped when you left. Clap, clap, clap. Thank God he's gone. Get him out. I don't like him. If you can't tell, I don't like him. Like, I just don't. He's really bad. He sucks. And when you got hit in the face with the steel steps, it was the greatest moment of all time. John Cena is my favorite wrestler ever just for that.
You, you ain't seen this man in what, like 10 years? And you
Thank God. Thank God. If he came back tomorrow, I would be very upset.
I mean, I think he gonna be signed to Raw. I'm pretty sure, and he's gonna be out there for the whole 3 hours, the entire time. Yeah,
Secondly, Thank you, TNA, for never signing this man. Like, I'm glad he's getting work elsewhere. Trust me. I'm glad he's getting work elsewhere. He's still getting money despite me. But dang on it, if I don't have to see him, thank you, Lord.
All right. Well, Dixie, if you happen to be watching this, you should go and sign Michael Tarver. He is a great talent. He's good in the ring. He's good on the mic, I've heard.
The bad part is I can't even write an article about this man. He's not even popular enough. He's not good enough for me to write an article on him.
I mean, but you could. You, Yeah. See, that's what you need to do. You need to write an article on him, and then people start reading it, and they'll be like, "Oh, who is this Michael Tarver fella?" And they'll start looking him up, and they'll start demanding him and want to see him wrestle, and then he'll get signed by TNA, and then he'll get signed by WWE, and pretty soon, from your article, he's gonna be WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Yeah.
That's the exact reason I will not write an article on this man.
All right. I mean, I think it would be a good thing. I'm just saying. Anybody that, keeps John freaking Cena away from that damn title, and if he breaks Ric Flair's freaking record, no! Sorry. That was. I think we need to end this video because anyway, as usual, like the video or hate it because anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel, you go to the Twitter and tell us who you hate. In wrestling, preferably. Like, I don't want to know that you like hate your neighbor or like you hate your coworker and you want to like blow up his house. That I don't want to know about that. I don't, and I don't need to. I mean, I don't know. There's some dark people in the world. Don't look at me like that. I don't want to do it. I like my neighbor. I don't really know my neighbors, but he seems like a cool guy. But anyway, subscribe, follow the Twitter thingy, and tweet at us, and we will see you. Well, I mean, he'll see you because I'm going to be gone for a week, but he'll see you on the flippity dippity. I will see you on the week flippity dippity, the 7-day flippity dippity, it's like a week long